Hi everyone, welcome back. So today I'm going to prune my hazelnut. Grew from a seed about 6 years ago. It's pre-bonsai at the moment. I had a play around a bit last year and put some wire on it and repotted it into this washing up bowl. Did some root work and it's just been growing like mad this year. We've got new shoots, sort of 30-40 centimeters, over a foot. And at some point I've messed around and tied a branch to the trunk to try and get it to grow into it. I don't know. So I'm going to give this tree a good tidy up, have a look at it, and I'll probably have to chop down a bit. I want to do a bit this year and then a bit next year, so I don't want to go too crazy, but I do want to reduce the height of it a bit. So I'll bring you in and show you the tree and we'll make a start. So this is the tree. This is what I decided on the front to be last year. And you can see I've done various bits of wiring. And did some root work, applied it in the big washing up bowl. And I did wire some at the top just because I didn't want to chop anything off last year. So I just put some shape in it to make it a bit more interesting. But I'm thinking I will chop down this long straight bit to one of them two branches there. I haven't decided yet, and with a mind in the future of using one of these two branches as the leader, making it sort of a one-sided weeping tree or something. Haven't decided fully yet. We've got loads of new shoots. Quite a few have come straight from the bottom and they're actually the tallest part of the tree now. So they need to go. And we've just got loads of other long growth to cut back as well. So we'll make a start. So I'll give you a 360 of the tree before we start. This is the front of the side on last year. But having looked at it briefly, I'll probably change my mind. So if you guys see a good front, let me know. I like that where I've removed a branch in the past there. Makes that bit quite interesting, and we've got a lot of shape, but the roots aren't so nice. So each side it's got its plus and minuses as far as I can tell. And that's where we were. So I think the first thing I'm going to do, I'll bring them in a bit closer and I want to chop it back, give it a trunk chop and take the wire off. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is cut it back, get rid of this knobbly bit here and take it back to the next branch really. I might decide to take it further at some point, but for now that's all I'm doing. And I'm just going to leave a good centimetre or so stub on there. Don't get too close to that branch. So all that's off. I will rescue my piece of wire off of here as well. I don't have to be as careful now, so just unravel that. There's two pieces on here. So they're off. And we'll get rid of that. That'll make a nice little tree on its own. It's a shame to lose all that work, but it's only 1 to maybe 3 years growth, so I'm not too worried. And it made the tree look nice at the time. So now that's done. I'll probably just prune back the long bits and any dead bits and take that bit of wire off. Okay, so I'm just going to cut back the long bits and the dead bits. I'm just going to keep everything, but just cut everything back. And I'm just going to go to a decent bud that I can see further down, sort of halfway in between. So I think this branch, whole little branch here is dying. So that can come off. Bit of a shame because it was a nice-ish branch. So I'm not really looking at anything else other than cutting back the long growth. to where there's some nice close buds. You can see like the longer it gets, the bigger the gap in between. So I'm just going back. So keeping a little bit of the new growth, and not necessarily much of it. One more little branch there. Got bud right at the base of it, so we just cut it off. Okay, so even if I just did that, it looks pretty good to me. So I don't know what I've done down here. Probably will remove some of these suckers, these root suckers that come off from right down here. Unless we did want to make it sort of bushy a multi-trunk tree, and then we could leave some of it. I might leave that one that I've tied to the trunk. Maybe a couple if they're filling in flank areas, if you know what I mean. The thick ones at the back, I'm not sure yet. Could keep them in, just making little twisty branches. Look how many buds there's here as well. Must be 6 in one spot there. So I'll probably just rub most of them off because I don't really want it shooting too much more from the bottom. I want the top and the rest of the tree to grow nicely. A couple more little dead bits I can get rid of. Just tiny little dead branches. Tell they're dead because they shrivel up a little bit and they kind of change colour slightly. And all the living stuff's already got buds swelling on it, so it's quite easy to tell with the hazelnut. Just take off any little stub bits that I can. And I'm not cutting into any green bits when I'm taking off any dead stuff. Still leaving a tiny bit of dead bit on there. So that's it pruned. So I'll have a closer look at it now. And I'm going to give you guys a spin 360, and then it also helps me because I can watch it back and see if I see a better front. So that's the side, that's the back, and that's the other side, and that's back to the old front where the yellow marker is. Now I'm not really sure. At the current front it's not too bad, but I'm thinking maybe more slightly off like that, just so you've got more interest on this side. If it's like that, it's completely flat there, you can't really see these back branches, so I'm thinking trying to line you up to about there maybe, and then develop a couple of these maybe. I kind of like the way it leans and then all the branches are going that way, kind of pulling it backward, so it kind of balances it. I don't want too much more wearing out this side. Well, that one might be alright because we can move it round, but then it is at the base of that branch, so maybe we keep another one of these. I've got this one as well that I've bring up from the bottom and tied to the trunk, so at some point that could have like a nice veiny bit because it will merge in eventually as it grows. And maybe I could do the same with some of these ones, wrap them around and tie them on and let them grow into the trunk. That's my thinking anyway. So I'll probably get rid of that one and that one and get all the buds off. So hopefully you can see, we'll do that now. So I've already got a nasty bulge there, so I don't want anything else coming out from there. And all these buds you can just scrape off your fingernails. can even carve into some of these dead chunky bits a little bit. Trying to avoid going into too much green. That's actually a branch that's already merged in there. I don't want it to grow again, so there we go. You can see where it had pressed itself in already, so that's what I'm hoping this one will do. This one's way too low as well, and there's actually two there, a tiny one as well. Trying to keep all the pruning so I can show you at the end how much we took off of the thing. And again with this branch, I don't think I need it, and it's already got a bit of swelling there, so we might have now squirms from there. Try and smooth out the trunk in the future. If we let them get too big, we'll end up with big notches like this, even though that's quite nice. So one of these I'll probably do the same thing as that one. Just keep it to wrap round. And then the other one I'll take off. I'll take off the thicker one that's just going straight. Yeah, for now I'm just going to tuck it in that wire there. Just leave it at that. And I haven't decided on this branch yet. I'll just get rid of it because it's coming from the base of that branch. Cut it back and then just rub off all these buds down here. And hopefully it'll just die off. I'll stop trying to shoot from the base. Also, any other buds, there's one there can come off. Yeah, I'll leave that one, I'll leave these, just in case we do want to branch there. There's nothing else that pulls sap up when they start growing, so it's less likely that that will die off the top bit. Now I could bring it down further as well at some point, but I want to try and like make that go round. You can see it's got a slight curve in it, so it might be alright there. We might bring it back further at some point. I think for today, try and find where I want the front. About there maybe. Yeah, but we can change our minds on that. So that's all I'll do to that. I'll put something over this big one on the top. I've got some invisible waterproof agent. Should be fine, it's not toxic or anything, and it's multiple uses. I can't remember what we got it for. I think it was to paint onto the wall to stop the moisture coming through. But that should seal that, hopefully. And then I'll just clear out all this lot. All these leaves. And I might lift up the tree out and put some soil underneath. I'll just show you all the prunings. Okay, so this is what's come off the tree. All these long shoots and this top bit. And that was on there, like that. That's gone. Yeah, I do want to have a quick look in here. It's definitely not pop out. It's only been in here about a year. It's probably that's heavy. So this is just a washing up hole with, I'll just use a hacksaw and cut some big triangular chunks out of it. And like I said, it's been in here about a year with compost and grit. I can see plenty of roots, but certainly not pop down. Probably doesn't even need repotting next year. So I'm just going to put some fresh soil underneath. There's a mushroom. Leave that. That's a good sign that the soil's good. I can see mycelium in here as well. And also some slug eggs right there. They're not going to eat the tree, but don't really want them in the greenhouse because they keep munching my garlic. So other than maybe tidying up a little bit, I think that's all I'll do on this for now. So I'll just place it back in that pot with some fresh soil underneath. Now, what I've got is mulch-earth compost with perlite. I'm just filling it in about an inch or so at the bottom of the pot. Raise the tree up a bit more and give the roots something to get into come spring. Draw out all the nutrients from that soil underneath. And then this can go back outside. So it's back on the bench, and I just realised I didn't take the wire off. So I've just been taking that off. You can see it has bitten into the trunk a little bit. So I'm just taking the rest of this off. And the branches have set in that position now. Anyway, thank you for joining me in the garden today, guys. There's plenty more pruning to do, as you can see behind me. So, hope you're all good. Hope you are liking my videos that I'm doing at the moment. Thanks for subscribing. Any comments, drop them down below. And I'll see you on the next one.